So hi, welcome to episode 1 of the AskScottC. This is the weekly show, so if you're following me, you'll know that I do daily periscopes, videos and little short video ones. This is the weekly show. It's going to be a bit more in-depth, and we're going to have a particular theme. So this week's theme is Twitter, and my guest, I'm always going to have a guest with me. We're going to have some live people in some of the other episodes, but at the moment we're going to have a guest, and my guest is Steve Rogers. So welcome, Steve.
Thank you, Scott. All right, nice to see you today.
Cool. So Steve Rogers is a personal trainer. We're going to talk a little bit more about him and give him a couple of minutes to tell us what he does. But the reason why I've asked Steve is because really he's using Twitter to build his business and very localised as well. Massive, over 7,000 followers, haven't you?
Almost 8 now.
Almost 8,000. There you go. See, I can't keep up. It's that good. And they're genuine followers as well. You know, anyone knows me know about buying their followers and all that something. So we're going to talk about Twitter. We've got some questions in from the Facebook marketing group. So if you're not part of that group, go and find us. It's the marketing help for small business owners on a Facebook group, and you'll see me as the admin. So we've got some Twitter questions we're going to answer during the show. And we're going to talk about just really about Twitter marketing and some tips and how it can help you. So Steve, just tell us a little bit about yourself then.
I'm Steve Rogers. I'm a personal trainer from Braintree in the local area, and I also own a health magazine, which is SI Health Tips, which went and got launched last Tuesday, which I'm very blessed to have been able to do. But a personal trainer by trade, but then obviously now trying to move my business on really to create a good environment for people in the local area to feel that they can come and achieve their health goals. Brilliant.
Now, some of you know that Steve's very much I work a lot with Steve, but it's about that giving nature and definitely with the magazine, it's a health tips magazine. It's a great way of building his community, so it's really good they've done that. And did some stuff with the village with the Rain Village, would you help with their outdoor gym?
That's right, yeah.
So real passionate about people's fitness. Yeah. So, and a quick shout out, by the way, we're going to, as it's the episode 1, so we've got the big Titan sign in the board. So Titan Storage in Braintree, which is where my offices are, in Great Knowledge, just outside Braintree. So they sponsor the show, so we've give them a bit of a shout out for there as we're in their training room. So Steve, let's get back to Twitter then, before we answer some of the questions maybe. And so, this for people out there, you built to 8,000. How have you built up that following? Because I know you haven't bought followers or anything. They're all genuine people. Yeah. A lot of them you engage with, which we'll talk about later in the show. But how have you built up that over 8,000 following? What have you done to drive that?
Well, I've been involved in a lot of the local hours, so like the business hours that have come up on a sort of like a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mainly, engaging with local businesses. But I think the main thing that's driven it is being sort of like retweeting the businesses that I've sort of linked in with really, and tried to give out rather than obviously just put tweets on Twitter, but just basically about me.
So they've appreciated that and followed you back.
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's one way. Yeah. The second way is obviously engaging as well. So. And using effective hashtags as well. So like that way is sort of like health and fitness, and then making that sort of accessible. A lot more people get a bigger coverage across Twitter on that as well.
Okay, that's great. So we go back to the if people don't know this, they're watching with the hours. I think every town, isn't it? Literally, has got an hour. So it'll be an hour on a certain day. So we have like Braintree hour, which I think is Wednesdays between 4 and 5.
That's
something
right.
Like that. And so all you have to do is, if you go to the search button of Twitter, which is a great tool, we might be talking about that a bit later, but if you go to the search bit at the top of your Twitter and just type in wherever you are, so wherever town you are, and do like, if you're in Braintree hour, if you're in Stockport, go Stockport hour. There's pretty much an hour for every something, and it will tell you on their profile when that hour is, and you just go and join there and you use that hashtag, so hashtag Braintree hour. Loads of other people retweet your tweets that are joining in. It's a good way of just engaging, and what I like about it is you engage with local businesses.
That's right.
Which I think is really key.
That's good. Yeah. So just basically engaging as well, and just said before about the sort of like giving side of it, really, just trying to retweet people as well.
So let's go back to the engaging part, because we hear that a lot, and you'll hear me talk about all the time about you've got to engage, it's social. let's talk about specifically how do you engage them.
Okay.
Because a lot of people go that engaging, but I don't think just retweeting loads of tweets, for instance, is not enough to engage with people.
No,
so when you say engaging, this kind of really get down to what you mean by engaging. So.
Okay, so like if I get a new follower, first of all, I'll obviously welcome them, thank them for their follow, and then maybe send them a direct message after to their direct message box.
Yeah.
Just welcome them, saying thank you for following me. If there's anything I can do to help you with you in your business, let me know, kind of thing, or on a health basis as well.
Yeah.
So that's one way of engaging. And then I try to localise where I talk to people as well.
Yeah.
So like if I'm in Braintree, which I'm based in Braintree, I try to engage with people in the local area more.
Yeah.
To obviously get their sort of their feeds out there as well.
Yeah.
So not only just retweeting, but obviously just making sure there's some direct message going on there as well. To basically try to help their business as well as obviously help my own. So cool.
That's excellent. Thanks. So right. I think also it's important. You may have heard that from Steve with direct messaging. It wasn't about go and like my Facebook page, go and do this. It was know there's a giving. You've got to take them to somewhere where they're giving. Giving first of all.
That's right.
So I do that when people follow me. I send a tweet out, and then actually says to them about they can ask a question about marketing and use the hashtag. So it's again, it's a giving sort of thing. You're not trying to drive them because we all get them loads of them direct messages, and it's all like.
Right, well, that's what
looking for the sale straight away.
Well, that's what I've found, especially with like new followers and stuff like that. You follow some people that, out of the following I've got, just send you like direct messages saying stuff like, we can help you market for X amount of pounds, or it's straight. But there's nothing really there. As soon as I get those messages, I usually delete them. Yeah. So because there's no real contact.
I think then you don't interact with the follower either.
So,
no, so it does do a disservice.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. That's brilliant, actually. That's really brilliant. That's great stuff like that. So one thing to go in a daily Periscope, I talked about this show generally is going to be, it might not come out soon, but it's going to be genuinely recorded on a Monday afternoon. And the Periscope we did last week, actually, was on a Monday, was about don't get distracted on Monday. And I think that's, so we're just going to sort of kind of go there. So especially when you're doing Twitter, you're doing all this, and you're sort of listening to this, and you know, on a Monday particularly, you get sidetracked and get pulled all over the things, is if you're on a Monday, we talked about on Monday in the Periscope, is don't get distracted, get really focused on what you've got to do in that day and get that done, but then have some time when you can go back and see other people's feeds and faves and stuff like that. Because you get emails through and everything. And it's like, we would not be recording this show if I got distracted by all the stuff that's gone on this morning. So that was the Periscope on Monday. We're going to answer some questions now. So Steve, you might be able to help with this. So on the Facebook on the marketing page, so the question coming. So we had the first one from Rachel Bowen. And hello, Rachel. You've met Rachel, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Rachel's a great girl. So Rachel asked, how do I think of things to say on Twitter without it sounding like a sales pitch for my product or opportunity? That's a good one, Rachel. It's very good, Rachel, because I think a lot of people do tweets like that. Anything. What do you think of that? I'm going to answer a minute.
Richie. Yeah. Well, what I would suggest, if that's what's so the products and opportunity.
So she wants to do tweets, but she doesn't want to sound like she's basically doing a sales pitch all the time.
Okay, so what I would suggest from my personal on my tweets, what I do, I offer some free things or free like audios. I offer free tips for CDs, CD tips. So I offer what I would call like a missing link between your sales and your tweets. So if you basically just try to sell, then that probably won't have much feedback really. What you need to do is offer stuff out there with good content first of all, and then you can sort of lead into that once you get some messages through. That's what I would suggest. So if, what business is Rachel?
Well, Rachel's Forever Living.
Okay, yeah. So what I would suggest, like you make probably an audio of some kind with like some tips on health really, or tips on beauty, or something along that range of the products that you could actually give somebody or have it linked to their email where you can send it to their email addresses as well. So then they can sort of engage that way, and that way you see yourself giving out rather than just posting about sending, really.
Yeah. And so, I mean, Rachel, obviously, and I'm not going to sort of direct this straight at you, Rachel, but I think everyone out there, that when you're doing your tweets, really think about what action you want that person to take, okay? And I've said, and you may have heard me say this before, and if you're new to the show, you won't know, but marketing is to generate leads, not to generate clients. Okay, you generate leads through your marketing, through Facebook, Twitter, networking events, however you do it. You generate leads. Then you need a process for turning that lead into a client. And if you think like that, if you're just trying to generate leads, then you go into a giving. You give them and think about where you want to take them. So what you might want to think about if you want to do sales is have maybe a page on your website somewhere where you take people to, or they give you their information where you can send them something. And use that. So if you want them to go to a particular website, or you want them to go to a lead capture page, you want them to take an action to start coming to your funnel, think of that when you're doing your tweet, because the start of that funnel should be something giving of nature, So it might be about, I know with Rachel, if we take that as an example with a trial products or something, so it might be, I've got 10 trial products, who wants one, DM me for the product.
Yeah.
Now, when you mention that product, anyone that's interested in that or curious about that will go and see what that product is about anyway.
Yeah.
So then you can have a DM, but then you can also have a link to the product that goes to your website. And it doesn't go to the homepage. We're going to talk about that in a bit, but it doesn't go to your homepage. It goes to that particular product on your website. And it's the same as whatever, even if you're in a coaching and consulting business, you want to go to a lead capture page. So I send people to a value training, first of all, or some of my Periscope videos and stuff like that, where they're going to get more content. And then from that page is where you have your call to action.
Yes.
So that's what I'd say about just try and think of what value you want to get from them, Rachel, but where you want to send them to as well. And hopefully that answers your questions. And obviously you can, when I put this back on the video, you can comment to that if you want to go more deeper about that. So we've got a question from Jules in a minute, but just before we go into and another one from Rachel, as I can see on there, which is cool. I talked about the homepage in there, and I don't know if you find this infuriating. When you see someone's link and you it says something you're interested in, you click on it, and it goes to a homepage, which is not even mobile friendly actually. And we, one of the things that we know about Twitter is that I think something like in the 80% of people that use Twitter are using it from a mobile. I rarely use it from my desktop, to be fair. Right. So people use these links and you click on it, it goes to the homepage, which is so confusing and so much information. Yeah, you end up just driving away from it, And believe it or not, I see a lot of marketing companies do this. And I saw and I won't mention them because they might be watching the video, obviously. But I saw a marketing company that had a link a tweet that they were promoting about getting more from your social media, and then the link just went to the homepage, which is just generic homepage with loads of messages and a rolling thing. Yeah. It wasn't actually anything about the content. So if you think about your tweet and where you're driving them to, if there's another page on your website or something like that, just send them to there. Don't send them to a homepage. I know you click on it, really infuriates that.
Yeah, I think as well that sort of if you're doing that as well, you're giving too much information. You want to lead them exactly where you want them to go. And
it might be the link might be right at the top of the screen, and you know where it is because it's your homepage. You think, well, if I send them a homepage, they can click on that, and they might see this, and they might see that. Right, That's where you just confuse an issue. So be really careful where you send your links. Don't just send them to a generic homepage which has got loads of information. Send them specifically to where your tweet is about, and then that will help you. So we've got a question from Jules.
Yep.
I don't think you've met Jules, have you?
I haven't yet.
No, Jules is a lovely lady and lives over in Ireland now. So hello, Jules. Is there a quick way of thanking new followers? I like good manners, but it seems quite time-consuming. Well, there's a very easy one, and actually it's free as well. So have I showed you Unfollowers?
I think
Yeah, right, okay. So unfollowers.com, and with the power technology, I should be able to zoom into this afterwards, Steve.
Oh, okay.
So make it look. So unfollowers.com, you see a picture of my little girl here, just this one here. If you go to that and download it as an app, there's a setting, an automatic direct message to. So someone follows you, you can either do an automatic direct message or an automatic tweet. Now I use the automatic tweets actually, because when someone sends you a direct, you get a lot of direct messages. Some of them are very salesy.
Yeah.
As a tweet, it comes up as a notification. Someone's mentioned you in a
That's
tweet.
right, yeah.
Your curiosity, you can't help but not
That's right,
look to
yeah.
see what it's about. So, so when you go to your, it comes up on this page, and I'll zoom in again on this, and then click on the settings, and it comes up with the welcome tweet or welcome DM. So that's direct message. So then you can put in there. So it says on mine, it says, thanks for following. Use hashtag AskScottC to ask a question about marketing and business growth. And it's a simple. You can also look at what people have unfollowed you. If you want to unfollow more than 100 people a day,
That's right,
you can pay for the things. But to be honest with you, I've never paid for it. But a great service and great for that. So what that do is, Jules, every time someone follows you, it will just send an automatic DM or an automatic tweet, whatever one you choose. So that's so that will cover that. And that way, you're being really nice, being really good mannered, and not have to worry about the time consuming. So also that's another question, Jules. Actually, so she sneaked in 2 questions there, so we're under the button. Also, I don't really get why some people follow me. There seems to be little in connection. If I'm honest, I don't really get it. Well, yeah, unfortunately with Twitter, you can't. Obviously, you can choose who you follow, but you can't choose who's following you. That's right. You can block users.
Yeah, you can.
So if you really don't want someone following, you can go and if you click on their profile, you can block them.
That's right. Yeah.
You're never going to stop it. Unfortunately, it's a big group of people that think it's all about how many numbers you've got followers. So they go around and they follow people. And I thought it's actually about I'll go and follow the followers of my competitors, if you like, or if it's a similar interest. Yeah. We'll go and follow the followers, because if they're following them, they'll be interested in what we've got. Right. And then you work on the basis that 60% will follow you back. Yes. But as long as you're giving some great content initially, you don't have to feel bad about that. A lot of other people just follow people willy-nilly because they just want them to follow them back. Yeah, that's right. And that's what you see on people's profiles. They're following 4,000, but following back is only 2,000. That's right. Yeah. It's a good gauge on people's followers is how many people are following them compared to it. Yeah. Although, obviously, if it's completely out of time, someone's only following 500 people and they've got 8,000 followers, there's probably a good chance they've bought them followers, which doesn't no good either. If you look at their followers, they're probably all egg-shaped, no pictures and stuff like that. So really, Jules, to answer your question, I wouldn't worry about it. A lot of the time, there is no connection, but you never know, and you never know. There's some people retweet my tweets and favourite my tweets, and then I look at their profile and I think, well why? But you never know who they know, The whole thing about you don't know what you don't know, So
and you never know where who you're reaching either.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, that's really a positive thing as well.
Yeah. So there is no real reason why. Sometimes there is just no connection, Jules. So don't feel obliged. What I said is don't feel obliged to follow everyone back that follows you. Right, just follow back the people you want to follow. Because also remember, they're filling up your feed, and you're not going to get to see the tweets that you want to see, which is difficult as it is. So don't worry about who's following you, George. Just have a quick look at them, and if it's someone you want to follow back or engage with, then you can do. If you really kind of don't want them following you, then just do it and just block them out. But don't lose any sleep trying to figure it out, because sometimes there's just no rhyme or reason why people follow you. And a lot of people follow you, then try and sell you followers and stuff like that, don't they?
Yeah, also you might get sort of like someone follow you and you follow them back, and they'll send you like not a direct message, sometimes even on your feed as well, just like a video about selling, or they'll lump a lot of people's accounts together, and then they'll try to make a group selling of something. So that's the only reason they follow you. So so just like Scott said, don't really be too worried about it too much, but just go from there really.
Yeah. Cool. And okay, so Rachel actually replied to that. Me too, Jules. And Scott, how do I find out what is trending on Twitter on my phone? Because I can't find out. Now, do you know this?
Do you know what? I don't.
Oh, you're going to learn. Steve's going to learn something great.
I'm going to learn something today as well. So.
Right, again, I'll zoom in on this when we've got it up. Yeah. So when you go to, and I'll do it on my phone. If you're on the desktop, it's easy. Just go to the homepage, the search page. But if you're on your Twitter feed, on the Apple, and when you go to that, before you do search, it comes up with what's trending on that day.
Right, okay. See, I didn't know that. That's really
And
good.
the way I know Rachel is because we were talking about, with the tube strike. Popular that day.
Right.
You can use the hashtag what's trending. As long as you don't do it, there's I can't remember what the company was talking about. It was so much morning. There's a company that when someone died, they went, sort of kind of hashtag, whether it was like Michael Jackson, something like that, get 20% off of our thing. And
right.
so that's not great, but you can use it. And like with the tube strike, when me and Rachel talking about the other day about using the hashtag because it was trending,
right? Yes.
And then putting out about stress with the tube hashtag tube strike.
Yeah.
And you can build a business from home, and then a link to the business part.
Yes.
So it wasn't very spammy, but it was as long as it's not your. I think if you read your own tweets and you think I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Then you've gone too far for yourself. Stick with your own morals.
Yeah.
But just go to that search thing, and you'll see all the ones that are trending that day. So that's live time.
Right.
So like you see today, so the top one today, because we're on a Monday. So you might not be watching this on a Monday, but it's going to Monday. So the top one on Monday is Motivation Monday.
And that's the top hashtag, is it? Right. Okay.
So. And the other one that trends a lot is Motivation Monday or Monday Motivation, like that one.
Yes.
Every Monday, I tend to do a tweet that's in line with a Motivation Monday and use the hashtag. It does pick up a lot of followers.
Yeah.
So if you're in the coaching business or anything like that, or health business, anything where you do sort of good on that, then Motivation Monday is a really good one because you pick up new followers on the trend on the hashtag you use as well.
Yeah, okay.
So. So like today's one, for instance, was about the. I put a tweet on about 38 motivational quotes, with the pictures and all that.
Yes.
And then with the hashtag Motivational Monday.
So
that's where you can use the trending ones. So,
that's good.
So of course, if you're on an iPhone, I'm not too. That should be a similar thing. Just press the home button. It's the same on the desktop. I know that.
I'll have a look later.
We might edit this out, but I'm gonna look on the desktop while we're here. Oh, actually, on the desktop, it's got it on the side automatically. So it's got your daily trends. So it's on the desktop, it's on there on the side. If it's on your phone, then just go to the search thing and it comes up on there. I'm glad you learned something today.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
That's good stuff. So we go. So one of the things we'll talk about Twitter as well. Let's go back to engaging, because I think this is where people really need the help with engaging and automating their software. So we talked about unfollowers is a great way to look who's unfollowers, and you can check on your unfollowers and stuff like that. The other one I know that you use, Tweet Jukebox.
I don't use Hootsuite.
Are you using Hootsuite?
Yeah.
Well, okay. But you don't use Hootsuite for all your feeds, for Facebook, everything like that. You're just using it just for Twitter.
No, most of my feeds. Yeah.
Right, well, we need to have a conversation about it. And I tell you, I've got nothing against Hootsuite.
Right. Okay.
But if you use it just for Twitter, what I'd say is if you're engaging with people on Twitter, it's different than how you engage with people on LinkedIn and how you engage with people on Facebook.
Yeah. I don't have the same posts going out.
Right, okay, that's great.
Yeah, I'm not the same posts, but I just use it for obviously my Facebook. They're different. Yes, they're not the same.
Yeah, cool. And this is why there was one of it was last week, wasn't it? It might have just been the Friday before, but one of the recent periscopes was about not linking your Facebook to your Twitter, and that's on the YouTube channel. And so. If you're watching it on the website the page, there'll be a link at the top. You can go to the YouTube channel and you'll find the videos. But it's one about why not to link your Facebook to your Twitter feed. Yeah. And it's about the relationship, because if you do that and you put a picture on your Facebook feed, on your Twitter feed, it just has a Facebook link. And that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
So
it's funny you said that, because I've seen that on a lot of people's profiles. Yeah. Where they've just linked it to Facebook and it hasn't really got, it doesn't really mean anything to anyone really.
And then what they do is, because they do that, they think, well, I'm doing Twitter, so now I don't need to log into Twitter and see what's going on. That's right, and that's the whole point where they lose about the engaging part. Yeah, I think. So Do you use Tweet? I use Tweet Jukebox.
Yeah.
So there's lots of tweets going out, automated. And then, but what I do is 15 minutes a day. And I don't know how much time. I think you spend a little bit more than me on Twitter and stuff like that. But
sometimes.
But look at the notifications, obviously, and then go and engage with people that have engaged with you.
Yeah.
People, especially people who've retweeted your tweets, go and say thank you and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Something as well that if you're in Periscope's a completely different thing, but we've been using it a lot. It's been a wonderful tool. There's some training on that. Whether or not you're going to get this video, if you go to my website, there'll be some training somewhere about that. But even on that, so even the people on the Periscope example Twitter go and, the people that watch you give you hearts, go and saying thank you and stuff like that. Yeah. So you can really engage with people, and also if you see if you do click on someone's tweet and a link, and you find it valuable, it's amazing. I don't know. I'll go and say, I clicked on that. It was great. It's a great article. It's great content. Even if it's someone's website, and I quite like the website. I go, great website and stuff like that, and it just adds that conversational, and engaging part.
Well, I had that. Was it last week? I think it's a gentleman he's in Hertfordshire actually, and he had a book come out about running the marathon and how he did it. He's had a book published and I saw it, and even though he was in Hertfordshire, I just put a nice little comment on there, and I actually saw his picture on Facebook as well, so I copied it and just sent him a well done message to say really well done for his efforts, and he had his book published. So yeah, you can sort of engage like that as well. You can just sort of help people and just tell them well done. In the health industry.
And I think if someone sends, and I get it, I get a lot of messages I really like. And they say, great content, like tweets and stuff like that, and great content when they go through on the tweet. So it's following through, when they click on the link.
Yes.
They're getting great content, because obviously, as we say, getting into that giving and then a call to action. But when you get that tweet, it sort of says, great content, and it's not a sales tweet. And now that's quite a nice feeling, because and I get them quite a lot each day, so I'm still humbled each one I get, But what I do is I go out of my way to looking at their profile. Yeah. I go out of my way to look at their website. I can't help myself, and if I can't, I'm sure everyone else can't. So I'm sure when you send that guy, it's the first thing, well, who's this? It's nice of him, that's a nice ball.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? So he'll look at your profile.
Yeah.
He might follow you, might not, but and then he'll click on your link in your profile probably.
Yeah.
Because
we've actually been chatting on Twitter as well recently.
So you've taken it, so you've engaged with it, Because not many people go that far.
No.
But here's the thing, if you're definitely if you're consulting, coaching, that sort of world, it's worth putting that time into warming up that client, if you like, that lead, in terms of, because again, you never know who they know. But also, if they perceive you as an expert as well, they'll forward other people onto you.
Yeah, that's right.
They've also get people. I think Twitter's great because you can get to people of influence that you would never normally get to. And there's a lot of people on Twitter that are just automate it and they don't engage, and that's fine. But there's also a hell of a lot of people that you're talking to the person.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So if you tweet Richard Branson, you're tweeting Richard Branson.
That's right. Yeah.
Or Will I Am, you're tweeting him.
Yeah.
And I think that part of it's great.
Yeah.
I mean that gives you access to people
that you would normally
that would be very difficult to get through to.
Yeah.
And if you go in the environment and saying, well, how can I give value to them or add value to them?
Yeah.
Then you'll never know how the doors will open to that.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's
that's cool.
That's a bit weird. Most people think, if only I had Richard Branson promoting me, if I get him to tweet,
Yeah.
And then if you do get a reply from them, then you can hash the crap out of that, because you can repurpose it. I've got a tweet from Richard Branson, and so it kind of puts you, that different level. So,
I had it's so funny you said that. I had a friend who runs a cake company, and she got a retweet from Stephen Fry about 3 weeks ago. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I found out. And she made a cake, and he saw it on Twitter, and he actually wrote a message to her saying what a great cake it was, and then he hashtagged her, and he actually retweeted her as well. So she was really blessed by that.
Yeah, and it's going to get you a lot of coverage, and stuff you can't gather, But so, so I love that. But I think for me, the engaging part is probably the biggest part.
Yes. Yeah.
But don't don't go in there thinking, just to make money, if you like, just get in there, give it. And it's about, I'm going to say it again, you'll probably hear me say a lot, it's about being social, isn't it? It's a social media tool.
That's right. Yeah.
I think everyone that everyone that actually gets a lot out of Twitter, and I'm talking about the big business. I think that our small businesses, I put myself in that bin that the smaller businesses there, that it's a level playing field with the big boys. But the more you engage, and the people that are single owner business owners and so forth that get clients through Twitter, like me and you do, every one of those, when you talk to them and how they use Twitter, it's about engaging. It's about it being real, and I think and giving great content out there, not being afraid to give content.
Yeah.
And
I think as well, it's like I try to have that sort of self-belief in yourself that you're able to give content out as well. Have that confidence to sort of say, well, I'm good at what I do. I'm a professional, and you're able to actually give out content and be confident to do that. So
yeah, and I think that's a great tip. They've been the ones that just fit it into a software and then just load it, and then they're the people that go, I don't really get Twitter and I don't get anything out of it. Right, yeah. So I know your YouTube's probably fit a similar bit to it. So you've got your tweets that go out, your banker tweets, and then what I do as well, I'll put in. So I don't like a lot of tweets that go out to other links, for instance. Okay, so for me, if you've got a whole bank of tweets that go out to other links, I think you're sending people far away from yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. But what I do is, if you come across an article or something like that you want to, your followers, you think if they're following you for a genuine reason, and yes, George, you'll get a lot of people that are not following you for connection, but if they're following you because they're, for a genuine reason to follow you, it will be relative. An article might be relative. So for me, obviously about marketing and advertising. Yeah. So what I do is once a day, I actually send out a tweet about an article that I find. Yeah. And then, but use it with a hashtag as well. So you're giving some value there, but not too many. You don't have to do loads of tweets that send people away to you, but just the odd couple thrown in there probably give you some influence. Where you're giving some great information. Okay, so welcome back. So one thing to talk about as a tip is about the profile. Okay, so I'm gonna probably zoom in on this again. So on my profile, you can probably see as you click on my profile, it's got I help business owners do more effective hashtag marketing and be a hashtag success by giving short daily nuggets, like our Facebook page below for the daily short video tips. So what I can do is for me, that space is really prime. And if you think, I suppose, if you go and look at other people's followers, you'll get an idea when you engage with people, when you're from that, if you like. So if you put a lot of crap in there, because if people go to your profile and you're going to click on your link, there's going to be something in there that triggers them. So you don't need a whole list of I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm this. I used to have in there marketing strategist expert, founder of Bing, founder of 84 magazines. Yeah. And when I'm driving them like 3 or 4 different places, I'm giving them, I'm this and I'm that. But actually, that's not what they're here for. They're here for what value can they get. Right. So by sending them to my Facebook page, I know they're going to get the daily videos, the short daily Periscope videos that get uploaded to there every day. And they're going to get more value and more content from that. Yeah. But also taking them to a video, and we're not talking about this as a strategy, but we might put with your businesses, taking them to a video takes people on a different level of engagement, because when they're seeing you on video, they're going to feel like they know us, and and they're going to see who the real people, aren't they? Yeah. So rather than a bit of text or something like that, can actually enforce that engagement a little bit further. Yeah. So they really buy into you as the person. Especially, I think, like we had Jules at AskScottC. Jules, if that link went to a video of you, knowing you, Jules, and how lovely you are, people really buy into that because you come across really well on video. So they'll really buy into that, and that will attract clients to you.
Yeah, I think it's like it becomes more personal then.
Absolutely, well, yeah. You're showing them you're a real person behind that Twitter account as well, almost. So I drive them to that, being quite specific. So that's a real big sort of kind of bit of, it's free. You're not paying for that profile.
That's right. Yeah.
But there is some effort to get people, some engagement stuff that have driven people to that profile.
Yeah.
So you raise that space is golden space for me. So before about the American, that's good real estate. That is, high premium real estate to use that to your advantage. And the only other quick tip we want to finish on really is about the search feature. So if you go to search.twitter.com, you're on a desktop. If you're on your phone, just do search. That's a great tool for finding potential clients. And we just said about this before in the break. If you want to, if you were searching for a personal trainer, you would just get loads of other personal trainers. That's not your idea. If I put searching for marketing strategist, it would just come up with search. But that search screen, if you use the inverted commas, which we had discussion with, we think they're called inverted commas. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But if you use that in your search, think of what someone would try and search for to find you. So if you wake up if I wake up someone and say I need a personal trainer, and I'm in the Braintree area, for instance, I might be, can anyone recommend a personal trainer in Braintree? Or can anyone recommend a personal trainer? What's the best way to get in contact with a personal trainer? So if you think about, right, if I needed my services, how would I search it for? So if you was a plumber, a really good example, plumber or electrician out there, anything like supplies, you wouldn't just type in need a plumber, because you're going to come up with loads of tweets of plumbers that go, do you need a plumber?
Yeah,
and you'll get through and you'll get bored and switch off. But if you type in something like, can anyone recommend a plumber in Braintree area? Or, is there a plumber that can come out in emergency? So whatever someone would search, you're going to find people right there and then, right that minute, that want your business.
It's sort of narrowing down that search as well, so it's not so broad as well. Out of the local area.
So if you use like your town, especially if you're localised, if you're not, and it's fine, you've got online products, but you might want to put I really need to lose weight. Someone might type in there rather than sort of thing. So don't think of the questions that other businesses would use, because you'll just see loads of their tweets. Really think about what would someone type if they were in your shoes. And that's really, really powerful, that search thing for that. So in my live show last year, the Big Business Summit, someone did it live there and then. They go, it works. Because it does. You're finding your clients right there and then.
I think it's interesting what you just said about how your client would think. Because that way you're putting yourself in their shoes, and then that way you would know what they want and what they're looking for.
Absolutely, So, and you'll pick up people that genuinely want your services. Rather than other personal trainers that are trying to do the same thing. So that's a really good feature. So I urge you to use that. But remember, when you then go and engage with them people, so don't go in the full sell. Think of what can you give them of value first of all that proves you're the expert, proves you're the person for them. And even if it's like a plumber and you go, I'm a plumber, what did you want to know? Rather than I'm a plumber and I charge £25 an hour, blah blah blah. Go to this website to look. Go in there and say, I'm a plumber, what would you like to know? Because if someone's put that in a tweet, they obviously they want engagement with people. And you might not use Twitter for that, people, but a lot of people do. So they live their life by Twitter, things. So that's a real question. I want to end on that tweet. Really. I want to thank the people that asked questions, Rachel and Jules. I hope that's answered it, and everyone's got some great value in the overall beta there. It's been a great first show. I want to thank Titans because they sponsor the show, and it's fantastic. If there's any business owners who want to come to and get in touch, and you can come and join the show. You can even sit here with Steve, or we're going to have some live audiences where you can join the show and we'll give you a shout out. If you want to follow Steve, it's
at Steve Rogers PT.
We're going to put a thing up there just as that comes up. It'll be like magic, Steve. It'll just come up. Right, so follow Steve, find out what he's all about. If you want to follow me, obviously, at AskScottC. And again, we'll put a thing up there. And use the hashtag. So if you've got any marketing questions, business growth strategies, use the hashtag AskScottC. And I'll try and answer them in my daily Periscope videos like we did for Claudia today. And the Facebook group. So go to the Facebook group where all the Periscope videos are. So it's marketing help for small businesses. See a little light bulb, you see me as the admin. Go in there, request, and also what it is if you request, I'll do a friend request so you can connect with me and ask me whatever you want, wherever you are in the world. So that's the end of show 1. I want to thank you personally, Thank you for coming in and making it happen. Yeah. And we'll look out for the next one next week, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
It's a wrap.